Hey guys, so Lord here, back in with another action figure review, and today is the day that we finally wrap up our looks at these GWAR action figures with the Build-A-Figure Oderus Urungus. And to quote Blothar, we collected all 5 figures so we could combine the Megazord into this glorious bastard here. He didn't say glorious bastard, that was my addition to that, but there is a little funny promo video for these figures, because of course GWAR would have one of those, right? That said, these of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Trick or Treat Studios, who I'm going to say are going to remain fine folks despite the fact that this was a right pain in the ass to put together. Not so much collecting the figures, that was easy, just bought them off BBTS, bada bing bada boom, I was done. But putting them together, what a pain in the nuts that was. I had to heat up the torso to pop the arms in, which that wasn't too difficult. What was getting this torso cleaned up from the slime that came in this son of a bitch right here, the spew tank. Now, I was debating on actually keeping this canister because it kind of smells funny, but you can fit all the weapons in here. Every single one. Except the shield, maybe, but is that really a weapon? But yeah, if we just do this with the spear, we can close the lid, and bada bing bada boom, there you go. Every weapon fits in the spew tank, which is very cool. I dig that. So I am going to keep all that stuff in there. That said, Oderus does come with this gnarly looking sword, which has like serrated edge there. It's got a curved blade. It's got this crazy kind of skull looking hilt. It's not the same sword that came with Beefcake and Blothar, that's for sure. This is like some... I bet somebody's going to have this with a Mythic Legions figure come next Legions Con, so I guess be on the lookout for that. They'd have to have a relatively small hand though. But at any rate, that is all you get with Oderus. He does not come with a microphone, which is my gripe with the vocalists in this line. I do wish they had microphones. They're singers. They should have those things. But looking at him, he is cool as shit. I mean, really. I will say, he does have real pubic hair, like you and me, assuming you are a male. And yeah, that was a bitch to clean up. That said, word to the wise, if you get this guy and you want to clean the torso out, just take an empty, I don't know, container, Tupperware dish that'll fit in the torso. Put some like medium temp water, not super hot, not super cold, somewhere in the middle. Because you don't want to burn yourself, you don't want to freeze your fingers. Put the torso in there for a better part of an hour. That will turn the slime into water, and it will just run out. And then, you know, dry them off with a hairdryer, and then go about your business on putting them together, because that was kind of a pain in the ass too. Like I said, the arms weren't hard. I will say, these blade thingies, I'm going to take these out for right now, because they are just going to fall out, and that's no good. But his legs, boy oh boy, were these a pain in the balls to put on. This one, not so much, but this one, abso-freaking-lutely. Now, I will say, there is a little bit of give in the crotch peg on this guy. It is on both sides. This is not like a QC issue or anything. I think this is intentional, because you do have to put a decent amount of force to pop these on here. And because this crotch peg has some flex to it, you're able to do that without snapping it. And not for nothing, my 13-inch Marvel Legends Surtur from Thor Ragnarok, he does the same shit. So I'm guessing that's intentional. But as far as his articulation goes, his head will rotate side to side. He's got some real fur up here, which, yeah, anyone listen to the slime pit instructions? Never put anything with fur in the slime pit, and that's exactly what these people did with this figure. His arms will rotate. His pauldrons will get knocked around, but they stay on the tabs alright, so I don't really feel the need to glue those. I mean, you can if you want. they're just square pegs, but they do sit on there okay. But maybe I'll have those glued down so they stay on, but I don't really feel that need to do that, so maybe I'll just leave him as is. He does have wrist swivel. He's got some knuckle dusters too. He is very spiky compared to like everyone else. He's got like the gnarliest spikes out of all of them, on his legs, on his arms, on his head. Actually, his head is not too bad, but the arms, holy shit, these are really sharp. Do not let kids play with this. It is not a vintage turtle figure. Even his belt is sharp. Like, holy crap. His legs will kick up and down. He'll kick out, back down. He does have a thigh swivel. And like I said, the crotch peg does flex a bit, but it doesn't flex a lot. And I checked mine, and it doesn't appear to have any stress marks on it, so I don't think I jacked him up. But yeah, he's got the cuttlefish of Cthulhu right there, hanging between his legs. It's just a big squid cock and balls. It's GWAR, man. You gotta love him. I mean, seriously, I had freaking teachers in high school that liked this band, so obviously there's something to be had here. But yeah, favorite songs by GWAR? I mean, where do you start? Sick of You, Saddam a Go-Go, GWAR with one of the sickest breakdowns of all time, Immortal Corruptor, Bring Back the Bomb, another sick breakdown in that song. Who gives a fuck about a loosen the war? Trying to think what else is there. Literally all of Lust in Space. That's probably my favorite album. I kind of mentioned that, and it was either the Beefcake or the Blothar video, because there's one song, Price of Peace, where Beefcake sings, and I think that's actually Blothar. Now, the really sick song, good showcase of his voice, very brutal, aggressive. A little bit more aggressive than Oderus, I would say. He's got his own kind of quirks to his vocals. I will say, they do have a really fun Christmas song called Stripper Christmas Summer Weekend that I added to my Christmas playlist last year. Because, of course. Trying to think what else is there. There's The Bloody Pit of Horror. It's another solid album. But, yeah, man, it just sucks that we lost Oderus when we did, because I had a friend who was literally getting ready to go to barbecue the year that happened, so felt bad for him. But he lives on in the music and in all of us slaves in the slave pit. So there you go. So with that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Oderus Urungus alongside a couple other members from GWAR that we already took a look at here on the channel, so please check those reviews out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. But that out of the way, we have Beefcake the Mighty and Ballsack, the Jaws of Death, who scale quite nicely with Oderus here, who seems to be a little bigger, more substantial than the other guys in GWAR, at least as far as I can tell. Maybe that's why he's a Build-A-Figure. Although, then again, Blothar was a little bit bigger than the other guys in GWAR. So maybe that's just a thing with the front men. You know, that larger-than-life persona they often have. But getting these two out of the way, we're not going to stop there. No, no, no. We're gonna do our due diligence with this one. Because next up we have Pustulus Maximus and Jizmak the Gusha, who I have not had time to mess with as far as getting his drumsticks into his hands. I'm planning on doing that after I'm finished with Oderus here. But again, he looks a little bigger next to these two. Not quite sure why that is, but I don't mind it. Getting them out of the way. Just lay them down, actually. And while these two never shared the stage together, here is Blothar, armed with his sword and shield, next to Oderus there. Which I didn't have to heat up his hand to get the sword in there this time. I actually just brute forced it and got it in there without messing up his fingers. Although he's got pretty stubby fingers. It's not like there's anything there to really screw up. But with that being said, it's time now that we bring in our two regulars. Mythic Legions Rather Mandibolith. Woo. There we go. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who towers over everyone because, unlike Oderus, who is a little bigger than the rest of his bandmates, good old Al Simmons still towers over everyone. And if you want to see group shots of these GWAR figures, check my Instagram at overlord.productions. That's dot as in period, not dot as in the word. So with that being said, it's now time that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the Spew Tank slime being absolute shit and the Build-A-Figure aspect being an absolute pain in the ass to put together unless you have a hairdryer handy, that is, good old Oderus Urungus here is probably the best figure of the set because A, he's the most recognizable member of the band at this point. I think it's safe to say that that is in fact true. He's also not in the worst walking pose ever out of all of these. He's pretty easy to stand. And I want to say he feels a little bit bigger than the rest of them. So you're getting a little bit more for your money. It just sucks that A, he's a Build-A-Figure, B, the slime was crap, and C, the pauldrons, you gotta glue the blades on because they have a tendency to pop off. On top of that, you might want to glue the pauldrons on also. So, there you go. Not even going to get into the cleaning process of getting all the slime out of his unmentionables. So, yeah, a really awesome figure. Not sure if him and his compadres in GWAR are going to crack my top 13 of 2025 video or not. I would very much like them to because I really like this set. But the walking poses and then the slime and the Build-A-Figure and all of that have to deduct points somewhere, and that's a good place to start. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review as well as all my other GWAR reviews currently up on the channel. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.